What's good, my fellow Arisens? In today's video, I'm going to be featuring a whole bunch of elemental weapons. I was starting this video a couple of seconds ago and he interrupted that. Plus, I have apparently one of my really, bro? There's so much happening right now. Can one of y'all go get her? No, I gotta go get, that's ridiculous. 1 second. What's good, my fellow Arisens? In today's video, I'm standing here with the gang and I'm gonna feature a whole bunch of insane elemental weapons that you probably should be using in your next playthrough. Let's jump straight into it. If you want to skip to a specific weapon of this guide, then check the chapter list down below. We're going to start with this one right in my hand, the Exalted. The Exalted is a fighter weapon that you can find over in Draupnir's Grotto. So switching over to the map real quick, this is Bakhbatal. If you take this path leaving from Bakhbatal, passing the Digger's Ruins, which is the money cave, and you come all the way down to the south, you're going to see this place right here. And on the second floor, you can't see it from here, but there's actually a campsite in Draupnir's Grotto. Once you get to this location, there is a black and gold chest sitting right over in the corner. You can open that thing up and you'll get this weapon right here. If we want to take a quick look at the Exalted, it is a hollowed instrument imbued with a decade's worth of prayers to eradicate sin. That's just wild. The Exalted is an insane, holy enchanted weapon that you can be using for your fighter class. Let's go to the next weapon on the list. The next weapon on my list is going to be this one right here, the Cyclopean Thunder. The Cyclopean Thunder is an insane two-handed weapon for the warrior class, and it is actually imbued with a thunder element. This is probably one of the cleanest weapons in the game, and it's super easy to get your hands on. Once again in Bakhbatal, you want to come south a little bit past the Draupnir's Grotto where you just grabbed the Exalted. Continue along this path going all the way over here towards the Volcanic Island camp. Now, between the Volcanic Island camp and the excavation site is this area right here, the Agamen Volcanic Island. Right next to this ripstone, there is a crumbled ruins, and you can just climb up here, run along the side, and there is a black and gold chest up here that is holding this amazing weapon. This weapon slaps hard and looks damn good while doing it. It's probably one of my favorite designs of any weapon in the entire game, and it has one of the most broken enchantments on it, with that being lightning, so it's a must use for any warrior class in Dragons Dogma 2. Let's move on to the next weapon. The next weapon I want to talk about on this list is going to be the Cinderspine. The Cinderspine is once again another insane warrior weapon that you can use to slap the hell out of people and add some fire damage to it. I mean, this griffin back here is still ringing from me slapping him so hard with this damn thing. But I digress. You can actually find this amazing weapon right here in Bakhbatal. There is a quest that you can actually get over in Vernworth. Going up near Vernworth Castle, there's a guy named Ramon. And once you see Ramon, he's going to give you a sword. You're going to have to take that sword to a smithy in Bakhbatal to get it fixed. That place that you take it to is Broker's Smithy. Of course, the dwarf here doesn't want to have anything to do with the sword. He's a beast and he's retired, but he ain't trying to do it no more. His apprentice is going to take up the mantle, and she is going to send you down an entire quest line of her trying to bring this sword back to life. That quest line is eventually going to send you over to this cave right over here, the mountain base cave. The mountain base cave not only has the Cinderspine in it, but it also has the best one-handed weapon for the fighter class in it as well. There's going to be a bunch of chests right next to the forge that Sarah is standing at. Make sure you check the chest in here so you can grab all of these amazing weapons before leaving. This thing is probably one of the hardest smacking weapons in the game. So if you want to give it to yourself or your pawn, it's definitely a great weapon to use. Let's move on to the next one. For my next one, this is actually something that you can get super early game, and it is for the Mystic Spearhand. You can find this in the Ancient Battlegrounds. There is a castle in the Ancient Battlegrounds. Just before you enter the castle, there's going to be a man that wants to take you on a quest to go inside of there and ring a bell. So moving over to the Ancient Battleground area, there's going to be a Cyclops as well as a dragon fighting. If you're coming here in the early stages of the game, you can run right past them, come over here to this area, and there's going to be a bunch of ruins and a man asking for help. Once you help this guy for the first time, he's going to ask you if you would like to take him inside of the ancient castle. Go inside of the castle, finish off this quest, and as soon as you get to the last room, you're going to find a book that you can use to give to the sorcerer or the little mage in the northern part of the map, as well as he's going to give you a key. You're going to take that key, turn around to the door on the adjacent corner, and go inside. Inside of here, you're gonna find this amazing weapon right here. This is the Infernal Edge. The Infernal Edge is a dual spear that is used by the Mystic Spearhand, and it's probably one of the best weapons that you're gonna be using all the way until you get to Bakhbatal. This is definitely a weapon that you probably should be using to do some serious damage on any enemy that doesn't like fire. Let's move on to the next one. For our next elemental weapon, it is the Lion Lord's Archistaff. This staff can actually be possessed super early in the game. It has a lightning enchantment in it, and you can actually get this staff from the Elven lands. There's going to be an NPC in Vernworth that is standing right outside of this location right here, Roderick's Smithy. This elf is going to be Grindelwald. You're going to want to talk to him, give him a bow, and go down his quest line. At the end of his quest line, he's going to give you a port crystal, so it's a really important quest line to take on, as well as his father is going to be the person who gives you the ultimate master ability for the archer class. It's an all-around solid quest that you should probably be taking on pretty early. As soon as you get all the way up here, it's going to take you on a path that takes you all the way up to the northernmost part of the map, which is Sacred Arbor. Sacred Arbor has a pretty cool armorer called Gresha. Gresha is going to be the one that's going to give you this staff as well as the next weapon on our list. So she has this Lion Lord staff as well as the next weapon, which is for the magic archer. This is the Militant Dove. So the Lion Lord staff as well as the Militant Dove are two weapons that can be bought right from Gresha. The reason why I have this on the list is because it is imbued with a special ability to heal you. I usually have this on my warfare or my magic archer when I don't have a healer in my group. This thing alone can always keep me topped up no matter what. It doesn't heal the lost gauge, but it's still a very important bow nonetheless. Next on our list is the Frosted Edges. This is just a go-to, the greatest damn weapon for thieves in the game, in my opinion. I really love these, and I have two pairs of them actually. You're going to be able to pick these up from the Coral Snakes quest line. There is going to be two quests that deal with the Coral Snakes. One of them is going to be off the Pilfered Path, and the one before that is going to be Mercy Among Thieves. You're going to have to start off the Mercy Among Thieves quest line, and then that is eventually going to send you down a path to finding the Coral Snakes' hideout. The Coral Snakes' hideout is right over here. Once you get inside here, you're going to be chasing a whole bunch of Coral Snakes as well as Hugo. The first Frosted Edges that you're going to be able to pick up are inside of the Coral Snakes' hideout. You're going to be chasing down Hugo, and once you get to the end of that path, you're going to find a black and gold chest in here that actually is holding these weapons inside. Of course, if you go through with this entire quest line and finish it all the way to the end, go back, visit Hugo inside of the jail, talk to him, tell him the secret that he definitely didn't want to hear, he's eventually going to go down a path of revenge. You're going to have the chance to save him from his demise by taking out the person that he's looking for before he gets there, and if you do, and you give him a job, he's going to give you his Frosted Edges. There's two different jobs in this game that you can give him if you have done the prerequisites. So this is a little bit of a spoiler if you don't want to hear the 2 quests or NPCs that you can get a job from, then skip to the next part of the guide. If you're good to go, then let's get into it. Alright, so there's 2 NPCs in the game so far that are going to either lose their job or change. One is in Batal. His name is Isaac. If you haven't already, you're probably going to come across this man, Isaac. He's at Isaac Wares and he's the apothecary. This guy right here is probably somebody that you always come to for fairy stones and the whatnot, but eventually he's going to ask you to pick him up a quince. You're going to give him that quince, and then he's going to ask you to find him a grimoire. If you give him the authentic version of the grimoire, that is actually going to be the bad ending to his quest line, and it's going to take out his family. Because you've taken out his family, unfortunately, he is going to go on his own vendetta to finding them because he doesn't actually know what happened to them. Long story short, this is going to become closed. So the Isaac Wares becomes an available spot for Hugo to get an actual job. If you have picked a bad ending for Isaac's Wares, then you can send Hugo here so Hugo can start working here. If you don't want to get the bad ending to that quest line and you want the maximum amount of gold, which is 16,000, then there's another place that you can send Hugo for a job. But it's a little bit more difficult. The second place that Hugo can work is over here in Vernworth. Vernworth has a location called the Rose Chateau. This place is actually where you have a romanceable character, Wilhelmina. You're going to come in here, you're going to be doing her quest for a while, and if you finish her quest properly, she is going to go on a trip of sorts on her own, and you can actually replace her spot with him by giving him a job over here. Either or, as soon as you finish his quest line and he talks to you right after you've taken out his enemy, he's going to give you his daggers because he doesn't need them anymore. And here are 7 insane elemental weapons that you can get in Dragons Dogma 2. If you like what we do here in the channel, make sure you smash that like button and sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and a whole lot more for Dragons Dogma 2. This was your boy M of MCSHD. For now though, I'm out of here.